Yeah.
Welcome, guys. Good day, football lovers around the world. Good day, football lovers, Nigerians. Anywhere you're watching us from, it's super amazing to have you guys all here watching. And welcome to another exciting live section on Maximum Point Sport. And today, we'll be discussing a lot of interesting things to say. So it's your girl official MOJ for those of you joining for the first time and meeting me for the first time. Today we are diving into the past weekend action. From both the Premier League and the La Liga, it was a beautiful weekend of football. Some fans were really happy they were back to winning ways, and some, it's still shaky for them and they are still trying to find the momentum and the rhythm of the club. So a lot went down, and we've got from Arsenal still stretching their lead in the Premier League to Liverpool bouncing back, coming back strong after a lot of defeats, and also to Chelsea winning over Spurs. And I'm not alone today, as you can see. All I'm not alone, and I'm being joined by the panel of die-hard fans, and one of them joining me right now is Big Dammy. So everyone, kindly put in the comment section and welcome Big Dammy, a die-hard Liverpool fan. She's a loyal copite. I think that's what they are called, right?
Yep.
And
That's that.
yeah, so she's going to be representing Liverpool, and we're going to be hearing a lot of things from her this afternoon. So we are going to be breaking down goals, the drama, the whole milestone, the whole game, everything that happened, and probably we banter a bit. We also do some little gist, but let's face it down. Football is never just about football. Football is about the fan, about the coach, about the team, about the players. We are just going to gossip about every single little thing. So yes, I'm going to be starting, by talking about the Liverpool versus Aston Villa game. Wow, what an amazing time to win finally in Anfield. It looks as if it's been over 2 months since a victory in Anfield has been celebrated. And not just a victory, a clean sheet was kept, which is
Mm-hmm.
super surprising, amazing. So Big Dammy, the club has been able to find some rhythm again, and like I said, a win, a clean sheet, and not just that, a big record made by one of your key players, Mohamed Salah, reaching
Sallah.
250 goals, of for Liverpool, which is super great. It's not all players that are able to achieve such records. So firstly, we're going to be starting with Annie Slot. That's the main topic. Are you going to say now that Liverpool players are feeling connected, probably because of series of defeats and maybe coming back from the little break they had from the Champions League match and everything, did I say Champions League Carabao Cup game rather? And with the way things are coming, with this last game against Aston Villa, there was a little control, composure from each player, trying to own up their position and playing well. So would you say now that they are adjusting to Annie Slot's style? Or perhaps they are still keeping that club era, because if you're going to be honest, we noticed a little bit of jogging club football style in that game. So do you think Hannes Slot went back to jogging club style, or they're starting to adapt his style? So I'll let you take the floor now. I mean,
Definitely, it was clear. I mean, this is Jurgen Klopp style of play. It went back to the basic of who we are. It mixed the new boys with the old boys, right? That was exactly what he did. I mean, if you check our formation last season, with what we played against Aston Villa. That is exactly how we've been playing before he brought the new signings that we had. And all our new signings, he kept them on the bench, played the old boys. Just, I think we only had Ekitike, and before he brought in Florian Wirtz. And that is one of the reason why we got our win. Imagine suppose I paying a 10. So definitely, and to be very
yeah,
honest, this is exactly what coaches do not like. When Slot came in, everybody talking about, oh, you use Jurgen Klopp's tactics. He would definitely want to try his own tactics. He wants to this is my own. And now it didn't work for him. Now everybody now saying, but you went back to Jurgen Klopp's tactics is not something they want to hear. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So I don't want to be surprised if
Okay.
he would now switch it back again in the Champions League. Nobody wants to ride on the shadow of their former manager or something. They want to build their own, and everybody's still shouting Jurgen Klopp tactics is not going to be good for the team. He doesn't want to hear that. It's an ego thing.
Well, in terms of that, as for every club, there is a style of play that, let's say, with
Definitely.
history, with let me say,
Yes.
backgrounds it started with and all that. What would you say, or which coach would you say as, or is still, what is it called, making use of that Liverpool? Would you say jogging club, even when he joined as well? It's not as if jogging
Definitely.
club had a rosy start and all that, but he later implemented some things and all that. So would you say you're saying the same from Annie Slots?
Not really. From last season, of course, we saw the same. We saw our number style of play, press. We saw the pressing. We saw the attack, and this season, in bringing new players, he kind of want to switch it. You see that every games he used different formation. This game, either we win or our game with Frankfurt, our win, you saw the formation he used. The next game where we played again, he changed it again, right? So he has to go back to the basics, and that is what I think is having an issue with going back to the basics, and that is definitely what will help us. He should just go back to the basics, and also and I also like the fact that we brought in some new players. Yeah, I don't know. Can you hear me? Oh my God, are you there?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So like I was saying, I said the fact that he went
Can
back
you hear me
to
now? I can hear you.
okay, I think the network is shaky, but I can hear you now.
Okay. Big Dammy, can you hear me now? Can you confirm you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, all right. So I think I got what you mentioned by saying, you like the mix of the new players and the old players and all that. So
Yeah.
for me, I think that's really a good move as well because it's going to give them, boost coming into probably the next match for the Carabao Cup, where I think it might be using that to rest some key players, because of you guys are week that is so tight. You've got the Champions League, Premier League, and also the Carabao Cup. So I think that's really a good one. So another player probably that I would probably like to speak about is Virgin van Dijk. You know, in as much as I see that most fans are not really like tilting towards Virgin van Dijk, and probably went viral based on the old what is it called? Goal against Manchester United, Chelsea, and all of that. So would you say he's not commanding as before? Because I am saying that I'm not saying that resilient leadership style from him anymore. I'm not saying him open up. Would you say he's past his prime? Would you say he's become a quiet leader? Or what exactly do you have to say about Virgil van Dijk in recent game that you've seen?
Well, I think in recent game there is overall this dullness in all the players, not just Virgin van Dijk, the old players. You
Okay.
can see Salah, every player they have this. I don't know what's one that a really down morale before Aston Villa's game. Like we really cannot explain what is going on. Probably it's a system problem, which I think is definitely a systems problem. And we've also seen Van Dijk have his crazy moments, his mind blowing moments. So it's okay. It's still very important to Liverpool squad. Van Dijk is still very, 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 very important to Liverpool. So he might be having his maybe down moments, but I think it's really very important. And I don't really see anything wrong per se in his style of play. He can always improve. Yeah.
All right, okay. And like I mentioned earlier, it's the 250th goal for Mohamed Salah for
Uh,
Liverpool.
the-
And that's
yeah.
really a legend kind of stats for such a player like that. So would you say this milestone, what would you say this milestone would mean for his legacy in Liverpool Football Club? Would you say it should be in the same conversation with the likes of, Steven Gerrard and Cole that have been legends of this club as well?
That is an obvious fact. Mo Salah is already a living legend of Liverpool. I mean, you cannot talk about Liverpool in the next 10, 15, 20 years. 20 years and not mention a player like Liverpool. I mean, players coming will always want to meet up with the record he has broken. He has broken all record. Where's what record? I mean, we have only few records left in the Premier League in Liverpool also that he has not broken. So he is a legend of the club. If he leaves today, I mean, his status should be at Anfield. He's a legend, definitely. That was why I find it difficult to really criticize him as much when he was not really in form in our past few games, you know. So I also think probably the coach is putting him for drugs, him not benching him at some time. But he's a legend of the club. There is nothing. It's an obvious fact. It's an obvious fact.
Okay, so would you say this game, and the goal he had has really boosted his form? Is he back in form now? Would you say that for Mohamed Salah?
Well, it's just we've. I mean, our last game with Asofela was amazing. It's a good start for me. I think we just started the Premier League in my own books. So in our next game with Real Madrid in Champions League, and
After
then we
week
meet Man
10.
City.
Oh my God.
For me,
So
yeah,
you guys
I
are
feel we
just
just
starting the
started.
Premier League. Are you back in the title
Ju-
race then?
we just want to win our 3 points. Just leave the title race first. Let's just win our 3 points.
Oh wow. And it's not to be able to do it back to back, like at
We
least
could.
something that
It's still open.
the
We
fans are
could. It's still the
expecting.
10 games.
Okay, so we've got some few comments. Let's just go through some comments. We've got Salah. Salah is a living legend from Ebami Basi. Yes, I think I would agree. Such a fantastic player and should be a legend for the Liverpool Football Club. Yes, so we're going to be talking about Manchester United. Let's talk about Manchester United. Manchester United, they had an early goal. They had a beautiful start. If you're gonna look for the case of starting strong but finishing bad, I think we can give it to Manchester United, right? So
Yeah.
imagine from a corner goal, going into the first half with a goal, with a win, a good performance, and then coming back in less than 3 minutes or 5 minutes into the second half, two goals down from Nottingham
Easy.
Forest. And the equalizer, if not for it was really looking like a lose, if not for Amadialo beautiful strike that really gave them a point and all that. So would you say dropping 2 points for Manchester United has really given them, or maybe made them miss some opportunity regarding probably maybe the top six or the title race, because some of their fans says, oh, they are also in for the title race. What would you have to say about that match, Big Dammy?
There is no relationship between title race and Manchester United. Why are they the same sentences? What? Wait, why? Like, let me first. Why is Manchester?
No, because
No,
they are starting to bounce back. They've had some back-to-back win. They were able to do 3 out of 5, and they were looking at the fourth streak, and they ended up with a draw. And unfortunately for the guy, we never caught in hell. I pity that boy. Like, make it just the
United
give
strong.
weak seller that hair, because it's gonna grow so much. But what would you have to say? Like, what do you think Liverpool could do? Is this just another wobbly game for Liverpool, or do you think, oh, they were just unlucky about this match?
You meant Manchester United.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I think, like I said, when I said they are not supposed to be in the, there's nothing called title race with Manchester United. They can only try to make like top six, top seven, top eight, top nine, top 10. And one thing about Amorim, he has not, I don't know what, maybe it's a system problem, if it's a player problem, or it's a coach problem. They've not gotten their consistency. I mean, Liverpool has been consistently losing. We've, consist, we've been consistent with losing at some point, and
Oh
then we're
my god.
consistent. We're consistent.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Did I just say that?
I think you just said that, because I'm really shocked, and Liverpool should not even be in there. I don't really know where it went wrong for
Oh my
Liverpool, to be very honest. But
god!
for
But
Manchester
we're
United,
back.
we all could see it coming. Last season
Yeah.
they finished at the 15th or
Mm-hmm.
14th. And Ben
14.
Amorim is just a stubborn coach that he really wants to play some kind of players and
Oh,
tactics until
most coaches are
I think they were
stubborn.
able to. One of the things that has probably helped Manchester United, I would say, is the change of their goalkeeper, because Forest actually
Yeah.
played well. Forest actually
Yes.
had chances. Manchester United probably bounce right now with just Wemo, Bruno Fernandes, and I think Casemiro is probably informed this season. I think he's informed this season. So it's just
Ah,
really it's just really
they're
shaky
not
for them. And yeah, you can go ahead.
they're not consistent. That's one of the issues they have. Ruben Amorim has not yet done this consistency in the team. If you ask me, they have beautiful players, they have outstanding players, right? So there is no reason why they could not keep up with their early win and then probably work on win, even if they cannot score more goals. So they have this, I think there's just these issues I really cannot place. The players are beautiful, and Amorim is not really so bad of a coach right now. So you just have to fix that
Really,
consistency
Amorim
problem,
is not so bad of
which
a
they have.
coach. So would you prefer
He's
Amorim
also
over
good, and they
Ancelotti?
also have beautiful players.
Would you take Amorim
Definitely no.
Amorim
What
over?
are we joking? Definitely
Sincerely,
not.
I'm not a fan of Ruben Amorim, sincerely, and I think Manchester United fans are going to drag me for it. And I think some Manchester United fans really are going to probably argue, while some are going to support me as well. But I think Manchester United are still a work in progress, though they have like gotten some wins. But I think it's just going to be a very long way for them to go before that. So beautifully, we have another beauty queen join us. Okay, I think she would be joining us later. But let's go into some comments. I think Dami, you've got some not so lovers of Liverpool. Yeah, they say loserpool. Since you mentioned you guys have been losing 10 games and back to
Can
back
you
rather.
imagine? Can you imagine?
And
That's not
Liverpool
good.
are still in the title race for me by Ebami Bass. I would still say that regardless. One thing I know about some clubs in the Premier League is that they have the capacity to still bounce back. And that's in the like of Man City and also in the like of Liverpool. If at
We
all they could
just want to
get
win
their
our
heads up.
game.
See you, we are campaigning for title race for you. You are just about 3 points.
We just want to win our three
Okay.
points every game. Leave the title race for Arsenal. Leave the title race for
Oh
Arsenal.
wow! Jack of all trades said Manchester United won the preseason league. Can you imagine? And oh my god,
It's crazy.
I cannot agree less.
That's
Jack of
crazy.
all trades, yes, you're correct about that. The preseason shout was really out of here for Manchester United fans. I keep on hearing, yes, we are back and bring it on. Give us Chelsea, give us Arsenal, and playing Arsenal, and they were like, they got lucky. We played better. I could remember the early first game. Oh, we were the better team. We were the better
Yes,
team
now we
trophy.
played
That,
better.
that's
Of
what they're
course,
supposed to collect, actually.
we played better FC.
Yeah, better FC. All right, so let's talk
It's
about the other
crazy.
FC, which we can call maybe the red card FC as well. They were able to escape the red card this period, and not just
Red
escaping
card.
the red card. Chelsea Football Club kept a clean sheet against Spurs. That is really, really amazing. It was a really good derby. Though the game was too boring for me because Chelsea dominated most of the match and all that. But would you say Chelsea can keep this up? The red card, the clean sheet. Would they say they can keep it up? And would you say Chelsea is becoming more of the dark horse? Like people are not really paying attention to them, but they are just trying to, just like you said, with every game come out with the
No.
best possible result. What would you say about Chelsea Football Club, Dami?
First, first of all, Chelsea is not a dark horse. No, they are never a dark horse. Everybody went to the market. They have fantastic players. Chelsea has a very big, they are top. They won the champions, they won the Club World Cup. How are they a dark horse? Never, ever a dark horse. And also, one thing I think about Chelsea is that Chelsea is also one inconsistent team. People are not really talking about the fact that Chelsea is very inconsistent. They might have this three win in a row, then the fourth game, they either lose or draw. Then they have another two win in a row, they lose or they are not consistent. And that's that has been it has been playing out in this season so far. You see them win two games, they come back to lose. You see them they beat Liverpool, then beat this one, then lose or draw. So they have this inconsistency in their veins, so and that is what is playing out. But Enzo Maresca is a beautiful coach. His style of play is amazing, and they have beautiful, beautiful players as well. But this inconsistency is also affecting them like it's affecting Manchester United. Are you there? Are you there?
Well, another thing that I really want to talk about is that I think this whole disciplinary thing. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I am there. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me, Big Dammy?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, I think. All right. Okay. So I was just saying, another thing that Chelsea fans. Yes. What would you say regarding, their, let's say, this whole pattern, because they are really going to set a record straight, and in just less than 10 games, I think they've bagged 7 red cards. So what do you think Enzo Maresca or the team itself should do in order to avoid this? And I think reason why they are probably taking in more red card is because of how they take their defensive, decisions, defense player, and they're just so rough about trying to
Yes.
get a foul or maybe make a foul and all that. So what do you think they really lack that could really tone down the red card issue with Chelsea?
It's a discipline problem, it's clear. It's a discipline problem. They're very rough, their style of play, they're just always aggressive about the whole thing. And I think they against Tottenham, I do not really see the aggression actually. So they tone down a bit. I mean, they just have to work with toning the aggression down. And I also think it's a phase. It's a phase, it will pass. To pass.
Yeah, because if not, I think if they do not tone it down, they are on the verge of breaking the record by Sutherland. And I think QPR, they are the ones with the highest red card in the season for any football club in the Premier League.
It's
Okay,
a good
so
record
let's
too. They can make it.
I would not think they would agree with you that having red card is a good record because most of their fans are just, though I would say they really have a loud fan base, and I think it's
Yeah.
telling on the players too regarding how rough they are, because even their manager also, like, got a booking, which is crazy for the simplest thing. But it is
Yeah.
well with the club. I really hope in their next game they are still able to continue the clean sheet and also perhaps no red card in the game. So let's talk about Erling Haaland. Let's talk about Manchester City versus Bournemouth. That was a game that also everybody was looking out for based on how good Bournemouth has been this season. Erling Haaland on, just in 10 games, 13 goals in the Premier League already. And the second person behind him is just 6 goals and it's still Semenyo from Bournemouth. So what do you have to say about this guy? Like, what do you have to say about this guy?
Erling Haaland. Well, Haaland is a fantastic player, and this we saw Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland do what is bringing, and now we are seeing Haaland and Ryan Cherky duo. Like people are not really talking about their duo. It's crazy. I mean, their last game, he scored 2 goals, and the 2 assists was from Ryan Cherky, and he also got a goal. So Haaland Man City is centered around Haaland. I mean, he's kind of like the only guy that is
Would you
scoring for them.
say, okay?
To me, that's what I think. I think it's centered around him. So if Alan cannot score, you hardly find someone else scoring. But Alan is an absolute striker. People have been criticizing him for not going deep, for not hustling for ball, but he's just trying to tell you all that I am a striker. All I have to do is to position myself for the pass, for the kick, and then I net the ball. And that is what he's doing for Man City. He doesn't care about
Yeah.
going to hustle for ball. He doesn't care about dipping, going deep. Like, sometimes you see other people going down to also for ball. He's not like that. I just want to position myself to score goals, and that is what he's doing. So, I mean, it's also
And
we
do you
can
think
start
he's
looking
looking
at him in the
stoppable
Ballon d'Or
anytime
talk.
soon? Yeah. Do you
You
think
say
Haaland
what?
is looking stoppable anytime soon? Do you think he's looking stoppable anytime soon? And do you think if you
He's
probably
not
miss
looking
out, let's say,
stoppable. He's not looking stoppable. Like, he's not looking stoppable. I mean, I use Alan every game. I use Alan in my FPL, and I get nothing less than 20 points, 26 points, 30 points every game week, except the last one where they could not get a goal. He's not looking stoppable. This season is all out. He's all out in goal. He's a goal scoring machine, and he's already giving it up. No, he's not.
I think I would not agree less as well. And you mentioned a key player as well for Manchester City, which is Ryan Cherki. Kudos to Ryan Cherki. Coming back from that injury, he has been superb. Against the last match he played, I think against Swansea, he also turned up. And also, see how important it was to that midfield, to giving two assists to that game that ended in 3-1 for
One.
Manchester City. So would you think the likes of Rodri is not being missed? Rodri, the Ballon d'Or winner, and do you think
No
probably
way.
Manchester City rather are good with Ryan Cherki controlling the temple of the midfield?
Definitely. And Rodri is extremely important to Man City. Rodri is one of the reasons why Man City fell off last season. This injury crisis they have with Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne gone, they are really struggling. I mean, Alan is the only guy that is not making us see that Man City is struggling because they are trying to bag in goals. They are really struggling out there. So Rodri is definitely missed. He's still missed. Ryan Check is just trying to put up, come up for him, but come on, Rodri is definitely missed. For me, he
Okay,
might
so
do.
let's just read through some comment, Dami. And someone said Chelsea section finished so quick. Oh no, we really talked about Chelsea, and he said, "How about Caicedo?" Yes, 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 yes. I know Manchester Chelsea fans are really so happy about Caicedo. Would you say
They moved
Caicedo right
from
now is the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League? Do you think there is any other player that is in competition with that with Moses Caicedo?
uh-uh.
Because
Why are you where are you
because
living?
we have to give credit
Where
to
are you,
Moses Caicedo. I
of
think
course, of
reason why
course.
Chelsea are probably advancing and getting some 3 points in some of their matches. Kudos to King Moses Caicedo. I think he celebrated his birthday as well, probably last week. So happy belated birthday to him. And for this match as well, it was so beautiful. I could remember the strike he had against Liverpool. Yes, I think it was against Liverpool where you know he was such a beautiful goal and all that. So how
You don't have to
important would
remind me.
I just have to throw that shade in. So, how important would you say Moses Caicedo is to Chelsea? And, like I mentioned earlier, which other player in the Premier League do you think are probably better than Moses Caicedo or in the same range of Moses Caicedo? Because I know some Chelsea fans really want to hear. Thank you, Son of God. And, Dami, please have the floor now.
Where do you want to put Gravenberg? Gravenberg is there. Is also very amazing. I mean, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes,
Not even
no.
the Rice of Arsenal. Are you
No, Declan
serious?
Rice. I was going to mention Declan Rice. I was going to mention Declan Rice definitely. Definitely, definitely. I was going to mention Declan Rice is better. They are all very good players. I'll definitely mention my player now. Come on. Forget the part that we're on this losing what we just
But
did.
Gravenberch to me
Gravenberg is
has been
also
inconsistent. Not He's a good
consistent.
player, yeah, he's
He
good,
was
but
injured.
exactly he has had some bad matches whereby
It's just
I would
all
take
Liverpool
Caicedo
players
over.
had bad matches. All the Liverpool players had bad games. All of them. All of them. So it kind of affected him. But come on, you cannot throw away what Gravy is, who Gravy is away. Definitely not. You can't take that away.
All right, okay, then I think for Moses Caicedo for me he's really such a fantastic and key player for for Chelsea Football Club. I mean, he has
And
really
and
been having.
Chelsea has started this Caicedo PR. It's usually Kopama's PR, and now we are no more hearing of
Yeah, I
Kopama.
think that's
Now
based
it's
on injury,
Caicedo,
right?
Caicedo.
That's based on injury.
Definitely, that's the new person. Not like Caicedo doesn't deserve this. I mean, he's a fantastic player. Come on, he is.
So if you're gonna rank him, Declan Rice and Gravenberch, where are you gonna what are you gonna do the ranking with?
Based on what they've played so far this season, come on, Gravy cannot be
Yeah.
in the picture. Based on what they've played so far,
Okay, let's say based on how we've known them to be from last season. What are you gonna say? Because Moses Caicedo also turned up for Chelsea last season. I think so,
he
and the same
did.
thing
He
for
did.
Gravenberch for yeah.
Caicedo turned up for
All right,
Chelsea
okay.
last season. Yeah, he did.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so someone said if Erling Haaland is injured, City will be down. That was what I was trying to say about the
Yes,
importance of Rodri, Ryan Checky, Mamouche, and other players like that. Because I think they went into a game without Erling Haaland starting. That's the game against Swansea at the Carabao Cup. And, they were able to get a win. They were really playing beautifully well in that game. Though I think there were some shaky things regarding them. But do you think Erling Haaland is the key to Manchester City victory these days?
definitely. You feel like it's feeling like without Haaland, Man City is actually nothing, which I don't want to think so because I've always known Pep Guardiola to be that player that has the first team and second team and can be absolute,
Mhm.
right? But I do not like the fact that you see in the Premier League, if Haaland is not scoring, no one else is scoring. I don't like a team where it's built on one player, and that is what is happening right now. So it's always almost looking like without Haaland, Man City cannot score. It's almost looking like that. In fact, it's looking like that.
Oh wow! All right, Ebami Bass says, okay, sorry. Before that, Jack of all trades said the league will be won in April by Gabriel. I really don't know what that is, and when you mean by
Is Gabriel a name of a
Gabriel,
club? Is it a name of a club?
exactly. So
What is
I'm
it
trying
saying?
to understand what you mean by that. Um, Ebami Bass says Man City is not built on Haaland. Guardiola knows how to play without a nine. Their main problem is recent time comes from the weakness in the midfield. And somebody said Caicedo is the best midfielder in the Premier League. Maresca said so. All right. So
Okay.
I think to answer that, I don't think probably there is weakness in Manchester City midfield anymore with the arrival of
Right.
Ryan
Oh, right.
Cherky back into the midfield and also Rodri also being back into the club. So that's that about Man City. And finally, we have Arsenal Queen Mikel Arteta's bride right here joining us. We've got
Ah,
Yemen. Good afternoon. Can you say hello to everyone?
Hi, good afternoon, everybody.
Oh
good
wow! See the
afternoon.
voice of the top of the league table.
As in,
All right, let's talk about Arsenal now. We can't definitely talk about EPL without talking about the Arsenal Football Club. What a season for Arsenal so far. It's not something that I'm surprised about because when we see a team that is determined, that really wants things to work, Arsenal is a typical example of that. Making second position for three consecutive seasons, it's something that it's so thoughtful, and I think something that they've been able to use as a good tool to have a beautiful season so far this season. So, Arsenal with the league, a comfortable win against Burnley, and they kept a clean sheet again. How many clean sheets?
clean.
I'm so tired of keeping the record of the clean sheets now. And 3 points at the back for them, leading the table with extra 6 points. Of the table. So they are stretching that lead, they are stretching, that score line, they are stretching that defense, they are stretching those momentum. So let's discuss about some key players in the Arsenal Football Club. And I'm going to be starting with the main one that I think is on everyone's lip, which is Victor Gyökeres. Scoring in the 14th minute, wearing the shirt number 14, and would we say this is the perfect fit for Arsenal, or it is a hype that probably is not living up to the expectation? So, would you like to explain that to
Yeah,
us?
yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, you have the floor.
Okay, finally, I see like the importance of Victor in the team. He's gotten so much. Everybody were like, "You're not scoring, you're not scoring, you're not scoring," but he's beginning to prove right now. Okay, fine. You can see the importance of him, like of Victor Gyökeres. He was taken off during the second half, and everything just changed. Everything just changed. He has so much impact in that match. Like yesterday, Burnley, that was match for me. That's like he did so far. Arsenal definitely was second off, and they brought in, everyone could see the difference between like a proper striker and also number nine. So Gyökeres, to me,
All right. Talking about him being substitute,
he's our
would you
best
say
signing.
it should
He's
be
been,
a concern
he's
for
been
Arsenal now?
deserving our
Because
best signing.
talking about losing a forward, okay, talking about losing a forward for Arsenal has always
So
been more
they
of
just
a problem.
clear.
Can you hear me?
I think our network is having issues.
Can you guys
Oh,
hear
okay.
me?
Yes, I am back now. I just wanted to point out something you mentioned about Gyökeres being subbed off for Mikel Merino, and the significance of a proper nine was being vacant in that game immediately Gyökeres left. So
Yes, I
would
can
you
barely hear
say
you. I can hear you now.
yes, Big Dammy? Can you confirm you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
All right, okay. So I don't know. Can you confirm you can hear me now, Yime? Are you back with us? Yime, can you confirm you can hear me? Okay, so I think I'm just going to carry on. Though I wanted to just ask her the question that would she say the presence of Gyökeres in the team or in the
Yes,
game now?
yes, yes,
Oh, great, great, great. I just want to confirm. Would you say Victor Gyökeres, presence of
yes,
Victor
I can
Gyökeres
hear you now.
being at the front nine is changing Arsenal attacking dynamics? Because
Oh
just
my
like
God.
he said, in this game against Burnley, when he was subbed off, I think with an injury, and Mikel Merino was brought in, we could see that change in that forward. Would you say Victor Gyökeres is like changing Arsenal attacking dynamics, or what would you have to say about that?
I can't hear her at all. I don't know if you can hear her.
Okay, I know you're
Nime,
speaking, but we can hardly hear you. Yime, can you please be more audible?
He is actually because you can watch from our previous games. He's getting more players to stuff. Everybody can open it. So at this point, every player in Arsenal can score right now. Nobody is thinking whether we have a striker up front there. Just can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead. Okay, I think there's a little bit of lag from email SDN. But Dami, I don't know if you can probably just say something about the question that I
Can
asked about.
you hear me?
well, we
Yeah,
can't hear you
Dami,
very well, Nime.
There's a problem with
Yeah,
network.
so but I don't know. For Gyökeres, I think Gyökeres is just this is
Can you
Premier
hear me now?
League. This is not where it's okay. She's really
Okay, so now I'm saying that
okay.
the difference is
okay. You can take the floor, Dami.
Okay. Yeah, so I think Gyökeres is this is Premier League, and most players when they come into the Premier League, not everyone pick up immediately. I think Gyökeres is still going to ball very well for Arsenal, and I also love the fact that Arsenal's team is not centered around one person. Gyökeres has not been scoring, but it's not showing because Arsenal is winning. I mean, it's not showing, right? Because every player, nobody attention is no longer on Saka all the time.
Yeah.
Everybody's scoring. Eze is there. Even they've even been scoring from set pieces. Their defenders are scoring. Gabriel is scoring. So Gyökeres will still step up, definitely. He's having his time to step up. But the fact that Arsenal is really brilliant right now is not putting much attention on him than we have players like Liverpool players that we signed. Attention are on them because Liverpool is not really doing well.
Well,
But
I
before the
wouldn't say
attention
attention is
is
on
coming,
Victoria Perez. So I would say attention is on Victoria Perez, because of his history and his
it's not
achievement that
really
has.
as much. It's not as much.
People are really
It's
looking
not
for. Okay,
as
for instance,
much as
I
it is
think in the
on
comment section, Jack of all trades is saying Victor Gyökeres is scored 25 goals in all competition, and that's a first start for a first season.
yeah,
People are expecting
it could
goals.
happen.
People,
It could happen.
people are expecting goals from Victor Gyökeres. See, they might not be expecting that playmaking, or maybe going into the box, trying to pick. They are not expecting, oh, he gave us. People are expecting goal. I think both Arsenal fans, even rival fans, are expecting goals from Gyökeres. So he still has that a
Yeah,
little bit of expectation.
what I'm trying to say is like my point is not the fact Gyökeres is his goal scoring machine from where it's coming from. Definitely, they
Yeah.
brought him to come and keep banging goals for Arsenal. So what I'm saying, the fact that attention is not on him, he has not been coming up with goals as much as we expected, right? But because Arsenal is winning,
Mhm.
they are doing well. Media, the eyes are not really talking about the fact that he's not scoring as he ought to score. Imagine Arsenal is not winning. Imagine Arsenal is struggling. Don't you think they would have been dragging him as much more than they are probably talking about him now?
I
Do you
think it's
understand
still
what I'm
being
saying?
dragged though, but because I
He's
don't
not
know
really
what
as
I
dragged as
expect.
much.
I think he's doing just great, but I think there's still an expectation from him. Probably it has toned down now because at least for every game he's having a goal. A goal. He's on 6 goals as well this season. So that's a really beautiful start for him in 10 games. But just like somebody said that he can't score 20 goals, I bet you. And so people are really concerned. There's still really this question tag on Victor Yokeres' amount of goals. Nobody's even talking about, oh, he's blending, yet he's doing this, he's doing that, and all
They
that.
just
Do you
want him to
understand?
score
So
goals. Yeah.
they just want him to score. They just want to see on the scoreboard, and probably they want to see this celebration in every Arsenal game. So I think Yimel is back with us. Can you confirm you're back with us, Yimel?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I think I was just asking about Victor Gyökeres, but we've
Can you
got a
hear
lot of talk. Yes, we can hear you.
me?
Can you hear me? All right. So I want to be talking about another key player,
Okay,
which
I
we
can.
mentioned his name earlier before in this live, and that is Declan Rice. Trust me, um, if there's any player that I'm so happy and gassed about in Arsenal Football Club, one of them is Declan Rice. And to me, I know in the start of the season there was
Yes,
this old news about,
declaration.
oh, voting for him about maybe being the captain, and Mikel Arteta coming out and saying, what is it called, the boys are still comfortable with Martin Odegaard, and the vote was won by Martin Odegaard by wide margin, which is really great. But you remember, this guy was the captain for West Ham, and we could see how he carried West Ham to lift a trophy. Like, he broke that course for West Ham. So I don't know. Would you think Mikel Arteta should be looking at probably making Declan Rice a captain, because it's a captain that is so. It will be a captain that will be very, very, very good. You get so
Yes,
because he's becoming more vocal. He's
yes,
having more driving plays. Like, you could see from the set pieces, he has really mastered the art of the set piece as well. The way he crosses ball onto players, and there's really been this dynamic between him, Gabriel, and some of the players in the box when it comes to set piece. And what do you think about Declan Rice? And what would you like to say about Declan Rice's importance to Arsenal Football Club this season?
yeah. Honestly, I feel declaration because if you get his interviews and everything, he speaks like a proper leader. He speaks very, very well. The way he has and the way he carries himself in the pitch, like this guy is going to be our, our captain.
It's breaking from your hand still, Yime, but I can hear
You
you.
see
You can go
him
ahead.
play in the field, mostly against big body teams. He has like 94 big body, and he has the quality. So I don't know why Mikel Arteta.
Oh, so
I can hear
would you
you.
pick him as a captain over Martin Odegaard for your personal opinion? Would you pick Declan Rice as the captain in your if it is your own decision to make?
Can you
Who
hear
would
me?
you rather have as the captain of the club this season? There's been a little bit of lag from her, and let's just have that conversation in the comment section. So please, guys, you can vote. Who would rather be a better captain between Declan Rice or Martin Odegaard, if it is down to your own decision for Arsenal Football Club. Jack of all trades said Arsenal are conceding 14 goals in total, and no, 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 no. Odegaard is the captain. So talking about that, that was actually the next thing I wanted to talk about. Breaking the Chelsea John Terry season conceded goal thing, because nowadays there's this narrative of don't even be scared to win against Arsenal, but be scared to even have a shot on target. What would you have to say about that, Dami? Because I know that can last for a while. The first 10 games that they've done, probably they were good with that. I don't think they can keep up, because it's really going to be intense for them. We are moving into the quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup. The Champions League now is getting more intense, and they might want to shift their focus on a lot of things and probably now start getting some sloppy mistakes. So, what would you say
Well,
about that record?
I think kudos to Ateta. I think kudos to Ateta. Ateta has built Arsenal in a very beautiful way. He has built them to defend. I mean, when Arsenal was busy buying mid and defenders, people were. Can you hear me? Right?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, people were criticizing him of defenders, but you can see he's playing out. He's playing out. So I think it's just kudos to Arteta. He has built Arsenal in a way that is the envy of every other football club. So their defense is amazing. Attack is beautiful. Their scorers. It's kudos to Arteta. I think Arteta is just the brain box. He has built it
All right. Yes,
wonderfully.
I
In
think
the
we have
past
to
five
give him
years, he's
that
been doing it.
flowers.
Yeah.
Yes, we have to give him that flowers as well. And Ebami Bass says Rice is a better captain. For me, I love Declan Rice. I love Martin Odegaard as well. He's part of the players that I love at Arsenal. But I just think because of the injury-prone ability that Martin Odegaard has, it's better the club has a present and fit captain that somebody like Declan Rice that can still drive the team, still give vocal talks about the team, and change the dynamics. The same thing might be for Gabriel, but I might just tone down on Gabriel Magalesh because of his defensive, it's a little bit aggressive, and Declan Rice seems to be cool and still cool headed, and still also have this aura that can still push the game going better than Bukayo Saka, because I know most of the time if Martin Odegaard is out, Bukayo Saka takes the captain armband, which is understandable, an Arsenal academic boy and all of that. So that's really great, and it's good. So, Son of God says England media outing the Declan Rice thing for their own favor. That is also another part for it. But me, I'm talking about the performances of these players, the way they do things off and on the pitch. And talking about performances of player, Big Dammy, what do you think of Julian Timber and Ricardo Calafiori in Arsenal? The fluidity that these two players has. Speaking about squad depth, I think more media focus is even on William Saliba and Gabriel. Nobody's talking
Yeah.
about how beautiful these two has been.
Calafiori. Mm.
Do
I think
you know that
Saliba is injured, right?
the goal Gyökeres called, or maybe the corner kick or whatever that was given to Arsenal that made Gyökeres score the goal? It was Calafiori you could see in the box. Tell
Yes.
me why in just few seconds it was previously at the back. He's back into the box. So if Calafiori is fit all through this season and he plays important game and is in form, I think Arsenal defense is unbreakable. I think Arsenal has some beautiful players in Julian Timber and in Ricardo Calafiori. In combination with that Gabriel and
Gabriel
Saliba's
Magali and Saliba.
partnership.
I mean,
What do you have to say?
you've said it all. When we talk about Arsenal defense, we are talking about unbreakable.
Mhm.
Aside from these four, Arsenal has first team defenders. They have second team defenders, and both these teams they are unbreakable. No, I know we are talking about Gabriel, we are talking about Saliba, Khalifa and Calafiori is there, Timber is there. It's crazy. That's why I
Yeah.
was giving kudos to Ateta the other time. He has built this team. It is crazy. I don't like people want I think Pep Guardiola said something about one day Arsenal will concede a goal. Imagine, that's a very deep
Do you
statement.
see? I saw that. I saw that. That is a little threat. Like Pep Guardiola could not contain what he has seen from how they do Mikel Arteta,
Exactly.
and that's why
Everybody's
it's not.
surprised.
Even him,
Like
as
one
great as
day.
he is as a coach, he is still struggling with keeping a clean sheet. Even when he had a very good season, we could all agree to that. So I think
Yes.
Mikel Arteta really, when he started by him buying Ricardo Calafiori, there was this banter news
Everybody
about
was criticizing why is he buying
what is he
defenders? Why is what's he
doing?
doing?
Why is he
But now
doing
we
this
cannot
Julian
see it.
Timber? Do you get? So it's really important because even if you're going to look at the team B of this club, Mosquera, Incapie, we could see
Yes,
how they perform
everybody.
in the Carabao game. Incapie
Come,
is
yeah.
so Incapie can easily even replace Gabriel Magalish, and nobody will be frightened.
Definitely. That's what I was saying.
Nobody will be
First team,
frightened. So I
second
think,
team.
yeah, it's really amazing and all that. So if you're going to exchange any player in Liverpool for Arsenal,
Gabriel Magali, Gabriel Magali, Gabriel Magali.
all right. Okay. I think for
My
myself as well. For myself as well, I wouldn't mind a Gabriel Magalish in my team and all that. So
that
do
guy
you
is
think this
just
year, with all we've discussed so far, everything has been beautiful about Arsenal? Do you think this year they are going to shake off that bottle club tag, bottling the league every time? Do you think there's a probability that they might shake it off?
anything can happen in the game of football. But I think, football sometimes is a face, is a circle. It goes
Yeah.
round. But this is Arsenal season. I think they are going to get at least one trophy. It could be the Champions League, it could be the Premier League. But them not getting a trophy this season, I do not see it coming. I mean, they deserve it. They've been coming second back to back for 3 times in a row. Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
But if they do win any trophy this season, they should just pack off Arsenal Football Club. They should just relegate
Oh
them.
my God. I can
That's
I
just
cannot I cannot imagine how social media is going to be for their fans, for the club. It's really going to be
it will. I think it
just
will even
a
cost
slap,
Ateta his
a
job. It will
huge,
cost Ateta his job.
a huge slap in his face. Even if not Arteta, even if another coach is going to come up, the pressure that will be on such
Mm,
coach, even
yeah,
on the
that's true.
players, they will lose confidence in themselves. A lot of things will go wrong. So this has to be the all in season for Arsenal Football Club. And that would end
And
our
also in the
EPL.
sorry, and also in the Premier League, I did not even see them having this strong competition yet. I mean, you see, every season you see two teams competing side by
Mhm.
side, but so far we are not seeing Man City and Liverpool competing deeply with Arsenal. Imagine in the 10-11 week, people are already saying that Arsenal will win the league in the 10th week. You can
I
see
think that's
the
not the
energy
first
they
time
brought.
they are saying it. I think the
You
season,
come
the second
It's
year,
not the first time,
the
but
second
you
year
see
for
like
Mikel
two teams
Arteta.
competing side by side. You
Yeah.
see two teams competing maybe
Mhm.
with two goals. They're like 7 points
I
clear.
agree.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I agree. I agree. And I really hope they are able to, continue this winning streak. It's a fresh month for them already. And, they've started the month by getting a win against Burnley. And let's see how it's going to play out for them and other Premier League clubs this season. So we are going to move quickly over to Spain now. And, we are going to be talking about Barcelona and Real Madrid in Spain. And as we all know, I'm a cooler fan. I'm a Barcelona fan. And this week, I can easily smile. This smile on my face since has just been because of, the win against Elche, the 3-1 win. And, I'm really happy for this game, not like because we played a beautiful game, but because it's a reset. I just want to say October is gone and dusted. This is a new
I did
month.
not
This
think
is
we
a
played a beautiful game.
That's what I'm saying. That I do not think we also played a beautiful game. I was not
Okay.
supporting like the game was beautiful, but I think that win was needed in order to like give us that confidence and that huge boost back. So Hansi Flick really has to take this month seriously, learn from what happened in the month of October. The whole Clasico, a lot of things that went wrong, and also in terms of managing our players in as much as we have lots of injuries. I am not really a big fan of using injury as an excuse. That's why you're there as a coach. That's why there is a transfer window. So with what he has to really start making it work. So speaking about Barcelona match, I'm going to be talking about some key players and some key things that happened in that match. And I would like to start by saying Ferran Torres' 50th goal. You know, In this place whereby our weapon is the eye line, the eye line, the eye line, even our eye line now has started falling this season. Because if you're going to be talking about Highland, yes, so if you're going to be talking about Highland, there's no Highland without Rafina. There's no Highland without Lewandowski. And when we even want to talk about Highland now, yes, we know we bought Marcus Rashford, but this is just a new country, a new league, a new style of play for the guy. So I don't really bank much, in as much as he has been showing up and stepping up in some crucial games. I still feel like there's still a little bit loss on that highland for us. So reason why I'm giving kudos to Ferran Torres is because I love the way that he's a quiet stepper. Like, at least if the lineup comes now and I see Ferran Torres, my mind is still going to calm down. I say, okay, fine, this guy I know will still make an attempt in pushing a goal and probably eating the net and all that. So he might not be too flashy, but in my opinion, I'm going to say he's reliable. And, I just want to ask you, Dami, do you think Ferran Torres have probably silenced some criticism that has followed? Because I know so many people are not really like too cool with him and all that. And do you think he has secured a permanent starting spot for him over Lewandowski in that team?
Yes, I think he has. I think he has. There are some players that the only opportunities they will have for them to show who they are when there's a particular player injured. You know, they might not get the
Yes.
starting, but when there's particular players injured and they come in to step up, that is exactly what
Yeah.
Rashford is doing right now. Rashford was not bought
Yeah.
as a starter. He's supposed to be a backup player. But look at him. Now your coach is very scared to bench Rashford. So that's the same thing with Torres. So when you get the opportunity to show that you are a starter, and that is already shutting people up. It's clear, it's easy.
Yeah. And speaking about Marcus Rashford, a belated birthday to him. When I did the review about our game, I had to sing happy birthday to you because I was really looking forward to him getting a goal, at least, to celebrate. It's his first birthday in Spain. He scored in the game and a beautiful finish, from a great assist from another key player, Femi Lopez. I'm super glad that we did not sell Femi Lopez to Chelsea. If not, the combination of Caicedo and Femi Lopez would have been brutal.
Would have been beautiful. Yeah, would have been good.
It would have been brutal because he's adapted so sweet, and I think he's going to fit into he's even still young, so he should not even bother about leaving that club anytime soon if Hansi Flick does not want trouble. So yes, a beautiful assist. Yes, so a beautiful assist from him to Marcus Rashford. And I would really say I am, because when Marcus Rashford started, I think his first 2 or 3 games, I was really not concerned. I was like, what rubbish is this? Can this guy not start in? I think, but now that he has fluidity of, himself, Ferran Torres, and Femi Lopez, I think he understands himself better than him being in partner with Danny Olmo. Or what do you think?
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with
Yeah.
you. Definitely. I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree
sincerely, I
with
think Danny Olmo just ran off a scam. He's not really living up to expectation.
Why?
He's just
Why did you say
yes,
that?
for this season, and let's say late last season, I've not been feeling Danny Olmo. There are some ball that you will have a possession with. For you to
Yeah.
have put a shot through, or probably you pass, it's going to be difficult till the opponent get that and then counter attack. If you look at the goal we've been conceding so far for the last 5 games, it's the same style of goal, losing the ball from the midfield and then they just
Okay.
run it. And then we know where our defense is whack. Kunde now this thing is just the one saving us. And Andrew Balde too, you're also coming. I don't know, maybe he has gone to bet before every game that I really want to score. Pass ball, you make the ball run from the back,
I
taking it
like as
into
you're ranting.
the.
I like as you're ranting. You see that I'm be quiet. I love it. I love
No,
Please
sincerely,
rant.
Barcelona is just I don't understand us this season. And this season is one I was looking forward to, that at least we would make something good out of it. Playing a very good football last season, even though we won the treble, at least I was looking forward to us having the La Liga win this table.
The
Anything can
Lami
still
Yama,
be.
Lami Yama.
Of course, I'm going to talk about Starboy. Just hold on. I'm going to talk about Starboy Lamin Yamal. There are some things in this life, even as we they say, we know say some relationship, they either whack you or they lift you up. In as much as me, I am not a fan of whatever I read on media is what exactly is happening to players. I don't, because based on this newspaper, this whole sites telling their stories, getting fans, getting follows. They just want to put something out there, and that's what I would say is in the case of Lamine Yamal. But regardless, based on recent interview he did before the El Clasico match, and now to his girlfriend, and now to rival fans, even being the one telling us, "Oh, this is what Lamine Yamal wants to do." See him going out today. I think Barcelona Football Club and its management, they need to shield him away from all of this noise. Less
No, no,
distraction
that's
is
what
good.
Barcelona is known for. That's what Barcelona is known for. They pick
No,
on
no,
players
no, no,
they
no. See,
won't pay
let me
away.
just say,
They to Messi as
Barcelona is
well.
not known for that. Barcelona is not known
No, they
for
are
that. Let me
not for
just
that.
say,
They not
no,
they
let me
like to
say, in
keep
the last
on a
10
particular
years,
player.
in the last 10
That's
years,
what they
that's when this whole narrative happened. No. See, trust me, if you look at Barcelona's player, their profile, they are really, really like reserved people. But in the last 10 years, based on the influence of social media into the world of football and into any kind of world, more fans now want to have things to talk about. More clubs want to have stories to put there so that people are still interested in them, to follow them, which me
yeah.
I think is what is happening. Because look at the same thing with Nico Williams. Where is him? He's no more performing up to par like that. So I don't want the same thing to
And
happen
also
to
there's this guy
Lamine Yamal.
Ansu Fati too. I think Ansu Fati too.
Do you understand? Yeah. So when you put too much pressure on players, with social media, trying to give them all this kind of expectation, trying to label their life, do this about them, it really just distracts them from playing beautiful football. And either it's a coincidence or not a coincidence. Look at the way he came in the first half of that game. At the first goal, that is the Lamine Yamal we know, not the one that has been playing for a while. Probably, sometimes if you don't do this thing too much, too, they lose your
It's
senses.
getting into his head. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. They
And
lose your
he
senses.
needs
So
to
it's
shut up
really
too. He needs to keep quiet.
exactly. He needs to keep quiet. You can't be in the iconic talk when you do like that. You don't see such attitude from Messi, and that's why Messi is my
Messi.
forever goat. Like Messi is my forever goat. Even when the same
Definitely.
sickness Lamine Yamal had now, nobody knew Messi had it until when Lamine Yamal's story came in. Or probably if even if we knew, more people didn't know about it until now. And Messi had to just say something that yes, there might not be a treatment for that, but you don't have to put yourself out there. I don't know why football these days now. Social media is just taking over. Everybody wants to like trend. That's the why the old Real Madrid Carvajal player also saying you talk too much and all that. So I think it was really a beautiful game of football for Barcelona. A beautiful win. I won't say a game of football, a beautiful win for Barcelona. I really want us going into the Champions League now. We need to just stay focused. Everybody had to go and reread the script. It's to stay focused and win every game. That is what is in the script. That is what is in the script. And me, I am super happy because John Garcia is back. See,
He's back.
there's nothing as
I
good
was
as
expecting you
having
to say it.
exactly. There's nothing as good as having a good defense and a good keeper. If at all you don't even have a small defense, have a good keeper.
Good keeper.
Do you
Definitely.
understand? So Chelsea have been costing us a lot. There are some goals that we considered. I'm just so angry about that. Why are you outside? Why can't you punch this ball? Why do you have long legs and long hands? So it's really a lot, but I'm super glad that at least Lewandowski is back. Rafinha also should be back, I think, in a week or two. And I really can't wait to see us win every other matches, especially the one we have next, for the Champions League and all that. So we will talk about the Real Madrid as well, and I can't talk about Real Madrid without talking about Jude Bellingham and Kylian Mbappe. What a
Hey,
huge performance! What an
that
impressive
guy.
season
That
for
guy.
this, team,
Jude,
especially
I think Jude Bellingham is underrated. Don't you? Do you agree with me?
sincerely. Maybe if this season Real Madrid could pull through and win some two major trophies, then I would give
You'll see
massive
me.
accolades to Bellingham. I don't want we see I don't like to rate player based on one season, and that's why I am still like a bit chilled as well regarding some major players and coach, because sometimes in a season it might be luck of the players they met, the way they met the team, but the season has ended, some players have left, some you might not even know how important some players leaving your club are until they leave. It will tell on another player. And if you look at Mo Salah, Diogo Jota case is not even dead. It's not even a case of maybe he was sold. Do you understand? The difference was there.
Yeah.
Macalista and Diogo Jota too. The difference was there. Do you understand? So the same thing I would
I
say with
understand.
Real Madrid and all that. But I think Jude Bellingham has really stepped up following his injury. The time he came back, he should have stepped up. But I really want to ask us one major question. What do you think of Vinicius Junior's relationship with Xabi Alonso?
Ha.
Because I think I don't know if you watched their match, but immediately Vinicius Juniors lost that penalty. The media took the camera to Xabi Alonso's face, and he was so disappointed. Like I think it's the clip is even all over the internet. Xabi Alonso really knows this guy is not going to win it. And then, it started telling off because he keeps on getting stopped off, and then he keeps complaining that this and this. I think there was even a story that went last week that said he really wants to leave the club, da 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 da. So what did you think these two can still have a good relationship and something big can still come out of these two?
I think we know that Vinicius Junior has an attitude problem. Is definitely going to do with any manager, not even his manager. He has an attitude problem. We've known it over the time, and that is what is just playing out. I think it's the same thing with this guy that Chelsea bought from Manchester United. So you don't like to be stopped, and if you're not, but that last game that he was stopped off, I think he was playing wonderfully well. I really don't
You
so,
mean
see why.
Alejandro Garnacho, right? The player
Yes,
you said
Ganacho.
Chelsea bought. Yeah.
Yes, Ganacho. So the game, what's it called? Vinny was subbed off. He was having a beautiful game that day. I really don't understand why he was subbed off in that beautiful game. I don't know why he was subbed off. But then no
I think
player,
that's
any
where the
player
anger
can.
is also coming out from. Yes, that
Yes,
it was
so
really
it was a bit
Mbappe was not in
justified
that
because he
game,
was
but he was
playing well.
lucky to have a goal. Yeah.
Exactly. So he was in
That was
that
their
game. So
classical match. Yes.
yes. So I can see the reason why he was angry. But at the end of the day, no player is bigger than the club. Your coach can sub you off at any time. So you just have to
Yeah.
take it like that. Billy has an attitude problem and he just needs to work on himself personally. That's just what I think.
I think yes, I agree that he has an attitude problem, but I think he still needs to focus on, some a coach has like I'm sure everybody has a soft spot for people. So I think they still need to work on communication and understanding problems between both of them. Probably, before the game, it could have been said that, Vinny, to give other players chances on the bench, you will be subbed off mostly in every game by this
No,
time. Maybe if
sometimes they can't make that decision. It has to be based on
I
what they've played
understand
so far.
what they've played in, yes, most of the time
Yes,
from the training to the field and then, and all of that. But I really hope those two are really able to, like, maybe
get along.
find a balance and get along and all
They
because
have
it's
to.
really going to disturb Vinicius Junior's game regardless. And congratulations to Madrid as well. They also won 4 goals against Valencia and they're currently top of the table in La Liga. I hate that this is coming out from my mouth as a Barcelona fan, but
With 5 points.
I
Had
think
5 points clear. Had it.
my sister, 5 points can be beaten if they draw and lose one match and I win these two straight match straight. So I'm still
And
saying temporarily
never win.
top of the table. Anything can happen in football. So yeah, they'll be facing Liverpool next, and that's where I wanted to talk. I like the fact that you're drinking water. Are you ready? Are you
Ah,
ready?
I don't know about that. I
All
don't know
right.
if I'm
So,
ready.
I think I really can't wait to see that match. I would want to see would they continue for Real Madrid? Would they continue this unbeaten run and maintain consistency both in the La Liga and also in the Bundesliga? And would this be a booster, not just a booster, a huge booster for Liverpool if they can snatch a win against Real Madrid in the Champions League night football? And I really look forward to that match. Mr. Fabulous says Jude Bellingham is the best midfielder right now. Would that be La Liga or in the whole of Europe?
What happened to Pedri? Have you forgotten Pedri?
I really don't want to talk about Pedri because he was not in the match, he's injured and all that. And we all could see how important it is for Barcelona. And that's one
Exactly.
thing that I really hate to talk about. Don't depend on one player. Yes, one player can actually be in form, can actually dictate your game. And that's why I gave kudos. That's why I intentionally gave kudos to Fermin Lopez for stepping up because if not for
Yeah.
Fermin Lopez, the gap of Pedri not being in that match would have been so wide. So kudos to him. I don't think Bellingham should be in competition or in conversation where Pedri is currently, and I think Pedri injury set has been long coming. He just keeps showing up and showing up until that last match he couldn't take it up anymore, and then he's been subbed off. And I really can't wait to have him back and all that. All right, Big Dammy, it's been so good, having discussion. It's been a lot of round of debates. We've talked goals, we've talked about milestone, we've talked about club, we've talked about individual players, leadership, and we've gossiped a little bit about some
I was
team as
thinking
well.
you want to ask me about Arnold coming to Anfield.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's talk about that before we round off. I just like what I was saying to you, Dami. Just like what I was saying, Dami. The all granting an interview now before going into a major match, and the way media now releases it prior to that match, I don't understand. Do you
That's
see
how
the
they make their
interview
money.
again?
So
It's just like they want to step him up. And I really loved how, that's the difference between a matured player or a matured person and an immature person. When he was being asked what to expect, of course, we know Trent coming back to Liverpool is really going to be a major headline. And we know him leaving Liverpool was not really on a very rosy note. But I really love how he took that question. And that's the
they
difference
handle
between
it
him and our interview. Do you understand? So
age
now let's
difference,
talk about
maturity.
yes, let's talk about Trent coming back into Santiago. I think it's coming into
No,
Liverpool. I think
Anfield.
the game is at
Anfield.
Anfield. Yes,
Yes,
coming
that's
back to
Anfield.
Anfield. Are
Hmm.
you excited to see him? Are you hungry that he's putting on the white shirt and not the red shirts? Like, tell me, what do you want to say about that?
I'm not angry, but I miss him. Like I miss Android
Oh,
every game. I miss him every
oh,
day. And if they're going to start, if Arnold is going to start, seeing him on that white shirt will break my heart. It will really, really
And
break
I'm,
my
I'm
heart.
I'm sure if he's starting because he has not been starting for Madrid, he's really going to put up a
Yeah.
show. Like I know he's really going to put up a show. I know Mohamed Salah can't wait to all game. A lot of players can't wait to all
Again,
game.
yes,
That
yes,
is
they definitely miss
but
him. Um,
that's why the game is really a must watch for everyone. So please, if you are, a football lover all around the world, sit your ass down, wait for the game against Madrid and Liverpool. It's really going to be a beautiful. This week UCL they have interesting what is it called features, but Liverpool versus Madrid is the major one that
I think
everyone is
PSG
looking.
Bayern is also a very big one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is one of the major one people are looking forward to, and PSG
Yeah, yeah,
versus Bayern
yeah.
Munich. Bayern has been superb. PSG are the recent Champions League holder. Bayern has not lost a game this season so far,
This
and their
season,
front line, Luis Diaz,
fire.
Harry Kane, they are really superb. They are bagging in goals and all that. So it's really going to be an interesting week of Champions League, like I said, and I really can't wait. Sincerely, I can't wait. Regardless of where I am, football will follow me. I will surely keep up. So please, guys, let's keep up. And we are going to be bringing this to a wrap. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end. Thank you, Big Dammy. You've kept it fiery, you've kept it interesting all along. Thank you as well to Human SCN. Unfortunately, the signal couldn't let us stay true to the hand. And thank you to everyone watching as well. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the contributions. And I want you to put the prediction for your next game, your club, whatever club you represent. Put a prediction in the comment section below. Let's talk about the club. Let's create chaos small for this Champions League week. Who is gonna win? Who's gonna wobble? You can give prediction for the match of Real Madrid versus Liverpool, PSG versus Bayern, Barcelona versus Club Brugge, or any of your team, and let's see. So next time, guys, stay passionate, stay respectful in all means, even if you banter each other, stay respectful. And remember that football is not just a game, it's a story that everybody lives together. It's a word that we all bind and live in together. So let's live in harmony, let's live in peace, even if at all, not be all the time. Person parent and person they get along. Sometimes you go won't break your sister head, but let's stay respectful regardless. So copycat says Madrid 3-1 to Liverpool. Big damage. Soak that in and tell him no, no,
That's
no,
not
no.
happening. It's not
So
happening.
what are you gonna be predicting for your score?
Can this cup pass over me?
Oh, see, lack of confidence. So for me now, I know I must win
No,
my Champions League
no,
match. I
no.
must
This
win
is,
my
you
Champions
know,
League match.
we just got back. We just bounced back.
Where
So
did
I
you
really
people
want
go?
to watch.
Where did
We
you
bounced.
people?
So
All
whatever
right,
we
guys.
play with Real Madrid, it's going to inform me on what who we are right now.
Arsenal beat Madrid home and away. Oh. You should have
That
that
was last.
confidence.
I beat them
Yeah.
last season as well. I beat them last season. I beat Real Madrid last season.
So why are you not
2-0.
confident about it this season?
It's not that I'm not confident. Like I said, we just
Uh-huh.
bounced back, right? So I want to watch like one, two, three games. Let's see what we can do.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and be a subscriber to Maximum Point Sport. Till we see you again. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.